Good morning.
And good morning.
So I have some stuff that I need to get off my chest today.
Oh.
I feel like we were targeted in the 80s. Mm-hmm. We were targeted. Do you remember those TV commercials that would just play incessantly between shows that we would watch? That would sell us things and make us believe that we needed them. They sold us stuff through the TV, through the mail. Like we would get, oh my gosh, we were sold to incessantly.
Right.
So what was something that you had to have because one of those TV commercials told you so? Not like the regular TV commercials like for can't get enough Super Golden Crisp. Like not that. Yeah, not that. Not regular TV commercials, but those commercials that were like for only $19.95 or for 4 payments of $19.95, or you could get this particular song collection on 8-track tape or cassette.
No, my brother, you got to get your own.
Yes, it's the 8-track tape or cassette for me. It's one word, 8-track tape or cassette. And the funny thing is, I didn't really know what an 8-track was because we had just gotten to the point where you had a tape player.
Right.
Not necessarily an 8-track. So I didn't know what an 8-track. I knew what a single was. I knew what the record was, but not an 8-track tape or cassette. And I didn't even hear them saying 8-track tape. It was tape or cassette.
You thought it was 3 things?
Yes. No, it was 2 things, but one was an 8-track and one was a tape or cassette.
Tape or cassette.
A tape or cassette. Eventually I heard cassette.
It sounds like something you play. Oh man, he's mean with a tape or cassette.
With a tape or cassette. So yeah, what was there anything that you had to get? I'm about to tell on myself because this is therapy right now.
I mentioned the "No, my brother, you got to get your own."
But did you want that, or did we just know that? We didn't want none of that.
I mean, some of those songs you'd be like, "Oh, I like that one."
Betcha by golly, wow! No, you didn't. You did not want that. The fact that I know. All right.
When Burger King and McDonald's had those collectible cups. Or collectible toys.
They did kind of sell that to you outside of the food. You're right. They did sell that to you outside of the food.
Like I could never find the Hamburglar thing. I wanted a Hamburglar.
I had Hamburglar. No, I had Grimace.
Yeah, everybody had Grimace. No, I couldn't.
Were you talking about the cups or the glasses?
The glasses.
The glasses,
yeah.
Man. I had the glasses. The main one you wanted was Ronald McDonald, though. If you had that,
I ain't want that. I wanted a Hamburglar.
Anyway.
Hamburger seemed like he was about it.
I think we ended up getting all 4.
Oh, word?
Right, and then broke 3 of them because why are you giving children glass?
Right.
That's ridiculous. Like if you think about it, these really should have been cups.
Right.
You are giving children glasses.
But we really, I don't think plastic had become as
plastic
prolific.
Was
it wasn't as prolific as it was back then.
Yeah, it was. They didn't, because we didn't care about the environment. There was lots of plastic.
Yeah, but
I don't know
they
why
knew
they
it
were
wasn't
glasses.
safe at that point to put in stuff.
They didn't know. Well, they probably knew and didn't care because the toys were plastic. Remember, they gave us lots of plastic toys from McDonald's.
True.
But then they gave us, maybe they thought it would appeal to the adults.
Yeah, because it seemed like an elegant glass or something.
It was a nice glass.
Yeah.
Like, I would feel really good about having that. Yes, but we broke them all because children go to McDonald's, and that's who wants the glasses. Okay. I wanted Wop Rock.
Oh.
Yes.
Were you into, like, Sha-Na-Na and Bowser? And,
yes. But I wanted that ad, the Wop Rock ad, made me want it. And guess what, guys? The same parents who would not get me Ziploc bags or Crayola crayons.
No.
They gave me the Wop Rock collection off of the TV.
Wow.
Yes, they did.
Wow.
And I played that bad boy. I got the tape. I got the tape or cassette. I got the tape or cassette.
Not the 8-track.
No, the tape or cassette. And I played that thing incessantly. All of them. So I know those songs.
How many came with it?
Oh, it was a collection. It was several different tapes. And I would rewind, because we had the dual tape thing. So I would rewind in one so that I could, and then play the other one and then just go back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a real issue. I was a 8-year-old girl singing songs from the 50s.
50s, yeah.
Yes, all because of that commercial, the Wop Rock commercial.
Yeah. If it wasn't the commercials for the collectible items at the stores,
Yes.
it was whatever the latest toy was because, they pushed those toys.
But you remember they had also on those commercials where you'd have to send money in or whatever, they had toys on those too. Do you remember any of the toys?
You mean like moon sand or?
We were bigger when Moon Sand came out. What other toys did they have on there that we cared about? I can't think of.
Yeah,
I want you guys to put in the comments if there were any toys that you had to have. Alfonso Ribeiro, y'all know I just say his name any kind of way,
right?
Just any kind of way. He had one where he could teach you how to break dance or something.
Oh gosh.
I think he had one, and there was like a breakdancing mat that went with it.
Oh.
Yeah, something like that. But they always had something. Did they really target? You know what they did target us with? In the mail, because we talked about TV, but mail. Now, we talked about us not having magazines. Well, me not having magazines.
Right.
In one of those Q&A Sundays. But I got magazines. Publishers Clearinghouse, because you had to order magazines. At least that's what they told us. Because if you read the fine print, you don't have to. Because legal. But I would order magazines. I think Harper's Bazaar was the one that I got to try to win $1 million. And there was Publishers Clearinghouse, and then there was American Family Publishers.
Which one was the one that they had the Ed
McMahon was American Family.
Okay.
Publishers Clearinghouse was the sweepstakes that some rando man would bring balloons to your door because you won $25,000 or however much you've won. But Ed McMahon was American Family Publishers. But the main point of all of these things was to sell magazines.
Right.
In my young brain, I'm like, someone is looking for me to give me $25,000.
And you just need to unlock that.
I need to unlock it and also get a magazine. Right. I never thought about the actual reason that they would be offering me this kind of money.
Okay, but what about, and this was probably a little while we started paying attention to this when we got a little older. Columbia House.
Oh, it was BMG and Columbia House, and I had them both. And I would get my 10 tapes or CDs. Right. Actually, it was tapes.
It was tapes for a while, yeah.
Yeah, I would get my 10 tapes for a penny.
Yep. And
I'm not giving you a penny, nor am I going to return any of those tapes.
Nope.
Because I'm a child. Like, why are you... I'm like, how much money did this company lose just mailing out tapes to children who were ticking off boxes?
Right.
And it's not going to do anything to your credit.
I dare you to mess with my credit over.
You're not going to mess with my credit over a BMG order that I didn't. Like, what? You sent me tapes. I didn't ask you to send me that. I
remember coming back to the house and my sister was cracking open this package. She had like the new edition tapes in it and something else. I think like a Michael Jackson new edition. I was like, where you get all them at? You went to the store? She was like, no, they sent it. You would come to your friend's house and you would see them cracking open all these boxes of tapes. And you're like, where you get all those from? I mean, back then you had to go to, like if you were in a mall, you go to a Goodie.
Yeah.
Was it Goodies?
I think it's called Goodie.
Yeah, and so
you had to go somewhere to get something.
You had to go to the record store. There was a whole record store. Like that
eventually,
was the thing.
Walmart had stuff, but they didn't have what you wanted.
Right. So
Sam Goody.
Sam
That's what
Goody.
it's called. Yes.
So you go to Sam Goody's and you pick things out, but you would only come out of there with one thing.
One thing.
Right.
Not 12 for a penny.
Package of them, and now you just listen to the music for hours on end from one package
for a penny.
What? Are you kidding me?
Not knowing that you signed away your life when you put that little card in the mail.
Promised your firstborn child for 2 tapes.
I'm absolutely not. And then they send you 3 tapes and say, yeah, this is $36. Absolutely not. Not doing that. They're mine now.
What would get me is like the next shipment, they start getting stuff that you don't expect to see at their house. Like, bro, you listen to Simon and Garfunkel?
Yeah, you just gonna get anything now, huh? Just... Because a lot of times they didn't have a lot of rap or anything.
Right.
And if they did, it was rap you didn't necessarily want to listen to.
Right.
One of mine was the Afros. I got the afros off
Yes.
of my Columbia House subscription.
Yes.
But I also got the Whitney Houston tape that was My Name Is Not Susan. Do you remember all of that? That was an amazing. So you could get really good music from there, and then you could get kind of obscure stuff. I think I got De La Soul from there. Yeah, I got some good stuff, but you got to go through that tiny collection to find something that you really like. And then, it will kind of make you say, hey, let me try something a little different.
Right.
The afros was different. That was a ridiculous tape, but I loved it. I played
I'll
the heck
get
out of
the De
that.
La Soul if you're going to send me PM Dawn the next week.
Yeah, there would only be 4 or 5 that you liked, and then there'd be random stuff after that.
Right.
Because you're really not going to find that many that you absolutely love that's on the penny list.
Right.
Because there's the penny list, and then there's the premium list of all the things you actually want.
Exactly.
People today don't understand none of that.
Yeah.
The way people are marketed to now, they reach inside your email and your text messages and find out what you like and send you ads about that constantly. And don't click on an ad.
Right.
Oh,
or
my
say
God.
something in the room.
With Alexa listening. The next thing you know.
Don't you start.
And you know what's funny? I'm surprised they didn't get sued before because they're currently getting sued. Several companies are getting sued. But you remember, I want to say the kids were little. And I had sent you an email about a camp.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, in my Gmail, I start getting ads about camps. And you don't notice it when it's something simple like orange juice or whatever, because you may have mentioned orange juice in your email. Things that are free.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you all know, this is just my little PSA. Nothing is free.
No.
Absolutely nothing is free. So Gmail, they have 20 years of your conversations and the things you care about stored and tagged
Preferences.
to you. So when you end up seeing an ad that seems to be tailored for you, it's not like the shotgun approach of Columbia House and what is it? What is the other one? Publishers Clearinghouse, American Family Publishers. Now they know you. It's literally science. They know you.
Back then, I think, in addition to just the shotgun approach, it was the things that they said at the end of the commercials. We're like, wait, some assembly required. Batteries not included.
Batteries not included. It made us not trust them.
No strings attached.
Yeah, I don't trust. That's why Gen X is so mistrustful.
Skeptical.
We're skeptical because batteries were not included. You done told me what all the things this thing can do, but not unless I go to the store and get batteries for
Some
it.
assembly required.
Right. You showed me a perfectly fully built item. This gonna take me 20 hours or someone else 20 hours to put together.
And they would do it with the basic stuff like cereal. They'd be like, it's part of a complete breakfast. Wait. So what else is in this
what
complete
is
breakfast that
involved
I'm
in
missing that I don't get in my life?
It made us mistrustful because I'm looking at my mama like I ain't never had a complete breakfast. You said you loved me, and my breakfast clearly is incomplete.
It says part.
You only been giving me the cereal.
Where the
part.
rest of it?
Where's my eggs? The stuff that's in the listen, eggs. They had orange juice, they had bacon, they had toast, all that.
Oh, but forget all of that. Why my cereal didn't have strawberries in it?
That's the other thing.
Little blueberries on top.
What does it say? The texture may be different than it appears. I want mine to look like this. We've been lied to. At least they have truth in advertising now.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think that was really a thing that they pushed.
If you got to make a law, you know it's a problem.
There's a problem. Everybody's messing up. Everybody's doing whatever. All right, we got to go to work.
All
Me
right.
specifically, and you specifically. I said we like we work at the same place. We do not.
Right. Well, I got to go to work.
And I got to go to work. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us for Chat and Bother. Go ahead and like our Facebook page and share this episode with people that you want to chat with or just feel like bothering, or both. Visit our website, chatandbother.com, for our episode guide and other ways to connect with us. Take care.